Hi all, today we will be discussing about creating the advanced feature file in Cucumber, and we see how we can add more tests into a single feature file and also work out with all the features that Cucumber provides us in Cucumber JVM, and also see how regular expressions works with Cucumber, and also try to glue the page object model with Cucumber and run the sample tests, and the implementation part will be given back to the user who is seeing this, but we will create the basic skeleton framework. Thank you. So the functionality that we will be discussing today will be a functionality which an admin or the backend user for an e-commerce site, and how we can add some gift cards options, and how we can edit it, and how we can provide different combinations, and how we can test all the different combinations using less steps and more of a data driven testing as well. So less code, more test cases, that is the idea. Okay. So let me start everything from scratch. This is a demo website which do not really work. This is for the testing purpose. So ideally we can add, or we can add with different combinations, different mandatory and non-mandatory fields. Likewise, we can edit any of the coupon, or we can delete it. So that is the whole idea. From functionality point of view, is very self-explanatory. So typically we create everything from scratch. So we create a new Java for one project from new. So some of you had seen my old videos, so this is the explanation of the videos. So if you want the basic information of creating a Cucumber project, you can follow that. But for the advanced version of your Cucumber knowledge, please try to follow this video. Once you have your internet, all the aspects will be downloaded. So we'll wait a minute for that to download. So yes, we got the basic archetype. So we go with quick start, which provides us a lot of things. So I create a project. So let me finish. So once we have the admin project, make sure that we close the other projects. So we have the basic structure. Typically, I would expect that to create a folder for creating all the Cucumber feature files. So we create a source folder, which is basically console and test. So in test, we take our two folders, one is resource and one is Java. So we create resources folder, resources folder under the test. so that we can keep all our cucumber feature files into that. This is already covered in the old video. So we create a simple admin gift picture. So that once you have Eclipse plugin with Cucumber, you get this green color balloon. So today we are creating feature gift card. So don't create many feature files. Try to stick to as less feature files as possible. So I would like to put all my scenarios regarding gift card, including search, edit, delete, and add into a single feature file, so that all the functionality related to gift card will be at one place. And also it will help us to maximize the code, maximize the steps usage, and minimum code and maximum output. So the less code we have, the more output we get and the less maintenance. So typically this is the first thing that I will be discussing, more advanced from the last thing. We should actually have some background to actually come to this space. So because of this feature is being one of the features on admin, we have a couple of things that should definitely be running for all the scenarios throughout this gift card feature. So once again, because this gift card feature is a part of admin, so and coming into this space required a basic tasks of logging in and navigating into the gift card option. So these two actions are definitely required throughout the scenarios. So that is the reason why we have to have something like a background, which means that which is the set of steps which will definitely run throughout the scenarios. So for every scenario this will definitely run. It is just like a before class in TestNG, but as this is a BDD and more of a business terminology, we write it as a background. So here also the terminology is same. We have to give something like a given and admin is logged in, which is the basic thing, and navigated to the gift card set, which are the background tasks for the scenario. So once user is in this phase, so he would like to, from there all the test scenarios will be divided. So this is the important thing. Once we started this, then so we write scenarios. So again, as I said, this is not a video to actually talk about the basics. So straight away I will go into the advanced topics. So here the first scenario is add gift card. So that consumer price timeout. So this is the scenario. So the first thing that what I do is I would like to add my gift card with different options. So typically I should parameterize. So the parameterization is around gift card type as one of the parameter, and is it activated or not, what is the value, and uh, and uh, and typically from the test conditions point of view they are more important for me. And recipient's email is also part of my parameterization. We should not put parameterization on all the fields. This is not a data driven testing. We are writing a feature file, so we should know what are the important permutations which should be tested as a part of acceptance criteria and as a part of business. And all the edge cases like providing blank email and providing numeric in the string fields, those kind of very edge cases are not being addressed in the feature in the Cucumber. The reason why, because automation is a costly affair, so those kind of things will be just done with an eyeballing kind of thing or a random testing, or it can be called as exploratory testing. So we can do that in a minute, but the possibility of breaking those scenarios is very less. I don't think so. You will have a problem with email validation once if it is definitely working in this space. So don't try to parameterize all the fields that you want. Think about the logic and try to think that you need to parameterize only set of fields. So for that, first I would like to create a basic flow without any parameterization, and then I will add parameterization or the example. So that is in a terms of business or in the terms of BDD, it is said as specification by example. So we are writing specification, not the test cases. So given admin is in add gift card page, when creates gift card with card type which is virtual and initial value as 1.0000 and active card and so initial value as £1 and an active card with email of try to follow the business terminology, email of the recipient. So we can use at test.com and sender as sender at test.com. So first of all, try to have a linear test and then we can parameterize them. So this is the set of inputs that a user will give. So once we give that, and see here is a here is a catch. So here we have one more thing, that we can give the sender's email, sender's name and message. So we need to ask business how much those fields are important from the test point of view. If they're just a text fields and don't have much of a test, much have a permutation and combination to test in that, you can you still will give a data into that, but that will not be part of the specification. So in that case, what you can do is you can say that, and with all other fields with all other fields having default values. So what are the values? You can put all the implementation behind the screen. So because the other fields are important from a business point of view, they want to know that who is the sender, what type of card it is. So those kind of things which are important for business should be shown in the feature file. Remaining all the fields, all the data, all the implementation you can put behind the screens. So this step, I am assuming that this step should handle giving the data for the recipient names, sender name and message, which is not very much important for the business user point of view. So once we have this when condition, then for this scenario, the first and foremost thing, I won't go and save the data. First of all, I need to see whether I can generate a code. This is important. So if I click on generate, before even saving, I need to make sure that I get a value. So for that, I create one step. Then a coupon code is generated randomly. How we check it? That's an implementation part. The code is generated randomly, and now we can put any number of and conditions. And so what we do, and the coupon is generated manually. So the next condition is, and so here we are not saving, so we just said that when the coupon is generated randomly. So again we can put one more when condition and say that when admin saves the if admin is happy with that, he saves the coupon, then you should get a success message. Then admin should view a success message. But from a tester point of view, I really don't really trust that the message is coming. If I see a message, that is not the end of the road. So we need to make sure that the gift that we added is being added somewhere here. So for that purpose, we can actually check that a new row is added. How we check it? Again, that is an implementation thing. So I put something like, and a new record is added in the list of coupons. So like that, we actually will test the complete functionality as a whole. There may be a case where we want to go to the receiver's email and check. But now, as a part of this particular session, we are not going into the email, but in your company you can add that. So this is the way we can actually test. We can write the end-to-end or more of an acceptance and the user level of tests. So now if you see this feature file, now we have everything in it. So you just go to this page and create a gift card with type as virtual and with some value and with an active card and with sort of emails and all the default values. So this is the very good test condition that you have to check, so that if this is working, then you can say that the functionality has been fulfilled. So now As a whole, this is the specification to developers, to BAs and the testers. So all these three guys will be in a same page if we have this kind of specification. So that developer know what to do, and tester know what to do, what to test, and the BA know what is being developed. But as I said, this is not the only thing. We will add some examples. So as a part of first thing, if you can understand this linear thing, and if you are happy with that, then we can go and add more examples. From my testing point of view, this is a very good scenario. But if this is the only scenario which is, if it is passing, I don't think so I will get a sign off, because you can see that I just add a virtual card. But if you want to test the other combinations like a physical card and with a different value, example, if I want to give a $100,000 thing and see if that works, and in our case I don't want to have an activate card, so there are some other combinations which also should be tested as a part of acceptance criteria. So that's the reason why I will add more parameterization into that. But also bear in mind that, as I said, the more scenarios you can cover with less code, the more easily you can automate and you can have a less maintainability. So that's the reason why I have two things in my mind. First of all, parameterize it, and second thing is I want to check if I can put more negative scenarios into the same feature file. So to get the to make it more positive as well as negative tests into the same feature or the same scenario, I need to do a little bit of parameterization. So we have two things in mind. First of all the positive conditions. Second thing is negative conditions. So let me actually go and make it parameterized at the first place, and then I will discuss about making it negative. Alright. So now once this is fine, what I would like to do is I would like to separate all the data dependencies into a single quotes, so that it will be easy for my Java code regular expression. So I can do something like this. See wherever I'm putting a single quote, that means that that particular field will be parameterized. See, this is very simple. Just put this. So all for the default values there is no parameterization, so I don't put anything. Generate randomly, admin cells open and success. Okay, so this also I can parameterize. This will make that success and failure message. New record is added, I can make it as not added later. So now these are the fields which I need to parameterize. That is the important thing. You need to identify what are the fields which you have to parameterize. And second thing is, once you do that, now you have to, it is no more a scenario, it is scenario outline. Very importantly, your Gherkin will give an error message if you are not following the language. So put example and then calculate the number of parameters that you are parameterizing. The first thing is the card type. The second thing is your value. Third thing is your active. Fourth thing is your recipient email. The next thing is your email. The next thing is your message. The next thing is your, right now just leave this negative thing for a moment. We will add that implementation bit later. Okay. Yes, tell me.
So, I mean, when we parameterize, we change it to scenario outline. If it's not parameterized, it's a scenario.
Yes. If we have an examples, it is scenario. Otherwise, it's not scenario. Okay. So now let us put this data. Okay. So wherever you have data, you copy it here, and very carefully copy the headers there. So now we need to replace the headers into the value into the headers, and give a greater than less than. Okay. So now you copy the values into this and put the header there, so that your data is now getting replaced with the actual headers. The same thing here. So in this case, what I can do is, okay, sorry, this is, so if there is no specific tab or those kind of thing, you can put normal. It can be jumbling, that's fine. You should separate each and every value with a pipeline pipe. Okay, so that character is called pipe. So yeah. Be very careful. The space will be ignored, so don't worry about the space. Here also you can give any space, so don't really worry about the space, okay, because Cucumber JVM will trim the values. Okay, right. So now we have one set of data. So now see how beautiful will be this feature. So now I will add second combination. Second one is physical, and I make it as some 100 counts, and now I can make it as not active, whatever it is. So we can handle that a little bit later. And the email is second. Okay, that's it. So that I just want to make it as one, so that I don't have any other negative. So now this is one. So now you can copy paste a number of combinations that you want, but provided think that we are still in a positive tests, we are not a negative test. Okay, so provided they actually give a message, and it will be part of the list of coupons. So this way we actually can parameterize the data. Alright, so see, generating the Java code behind that is not a big thing, but now first of all, in any BDD environment, you have to have a proper feature file, get reviewed with your BA, and then make it more strong, cover more scenarios, and again review with BA. So first of all, make sure that your specification is very good. Till you are confident, until your BA agrees with your feature file, don't dare to really go and start implementing. Implementation part is a different thing. If you have this, that will be easy. So don't really think about implementation. Anyway, as a part of this video, I will implement, but that will come a little bit later. Okay. So now let us complete our negative thing. So now I can say that even this will be parameterized. is added. What I can do is simple English. What I am trying to do, success, something like that. No need to put any question mark, but I am just putting for our sake. And added. Okay, I'm just putting it. I mean, I'm just, it is not a mandatory thing, but for the work, so that you can put something. Okay, so I mean, as I said, you have enough space to actually put your values. So what I do is here, the first case, make it as success. In the second case, okay. So for these two scenarios, I make it as success, but I want to develop one more, and in this case, it should be added. I'll replace the header space. Added. So that why I'm writing all this added, this kind of thing is, when we get a Cucumber report, each and every iteration will generate one report. So it will be like a single plain English saying that he creates a gift card with virtual and with value of one pound and an active card, and the consumer and the sender, and finally should show a success message, and second time it will show a not success message. So every permutation should be treated as a single feature file, sorry, a single scenario. Every one combination itself is a single scenario, and the second combination is one more scenario. So the reports will generate like that. So that's the reason why you need to really focus on the language that will be generated out of the reports. That is the reason why we should actually put all these things. I can put true and false, but how awkward will be? Admin should be a true message. Admin should see a message which says true. So those kind of things is not encourageable here, because we need to write a business what you call specification. That's the reason why I put plain English. So which will be easier for our guys to understand. So like this. And the second thing is added thing. So once I do this, so now these are the positive scenarios. So now, sorry if I'm lazy, I'm copying everything. So now what I do is, if I give a zero value, which is not correct, even though we give everything, I'm saying that the success. See, admin should view a. Okay, should not view a. Okay, should not view. Okay. Or should be a failure message. This means that which is a and is not added. Okay, so that the record is not added. Likewise, you can actually play around with other fields as well. Okay, so if I give anything like from this scenario point of view, let us check if I don't give anything, so if I don't give anything, okay, it's adding. So I think this I mean they're not mandatory fields, but let us check here. If I give a 0 value or a negative value, getting validations. So there is some problem with this application. So maybe we can anyway this feature file is a feature file to actually run a fail test. So obviously we'll get a fail test here. So that's fine. So typically I want to have these validations happening. So that's the reason why I should get a failure message. So what is a failure message? We can put in the implementation. So likewise we need to add the combinations. But again, be very sure that we have to write only very basic set of tests which will test the main important business logic. Don't write 100 tests here. Don't try to put as many as like Excel sheet data driven testing. It's not I mean Cucumber and feature files are not the purpose for a for all negative and exploratory and edge cases. It is more of a acceptance driven testing. So that's the reason why you should actually make sure that we have minimum tests which cover maximum coverage. For example, if I don't give a sender email, it should fail. Okay, so that's what I'm expecting. How the system is behaving. I don't care. Okay, so like this is the way you can cover all the negative and the positive scenarios. But one more important thing, I will put in a different a um, new scenario, is that, let us go back to this one.